Hello everyone. Welcome back to Mordor. While you guys were gone, while I was sitting alone in the dark, weeping. No, when I for some reason I decided to figure out how many orcs, uruks, trolls, and spiders are currently employed in the Kingdom of Mordor, the state's armies. Let's just say how many assholes are under my command right now, just as like an umbrella term. It's assholes, okay? So this is the number of troops at my command. It is just shy of 34,000 men slash orcs slash trolls, etc., etc. It's like 33,600 something, 800 something. I did not actually count these guys. So this is what, 200 to 120, I think, for missile units, and then whatever these guys retrained. But it's something like 33,500 men at my command, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because that's rivaling like actual medieval armies in some instances. And you know what? As an extra bit of information, I decided to figure out how much each of them made. So if you were to just, divide this number by that number, you get something like 1 1/6 of a gold coin per season for my poor orcs. Like, this is like almost like an undercover boss situation where I'm really finding out the poverty. Like, I'm sitting up here eating, I don't know, whatever rich people eat these days, just buckets and buckets of KFC, but instead of chicken, it's like fried goose, boiled goose or something. I'm not sure. If you were a rich it's caviar. That's what you eat, of course. I'm sitting here eating Kentucky Fried Caviar, which also works, KFC. And of course my orcs are just scrambling in the dirt, trying to make ends meet on what is like 4 4/6 of a gold coin. Just 5 golden doubloons per year. Of course, obviously this is not agent detected. My god, this is not really accurate. I mean, if we were to take the median income, I'm sure like my orc bands would be making fucking half of that, and my trolls would just be sitting on hordes and hordes of gold, much like Smaug, the Great Worm. Yeah, so that was just an interesting tidbit. 33,500 orcs at our command. And you know what? I do complain about the cost every single episode. Since the very beginnings of the campaign, I've whined about campaign oh my fucking god. Captain Maid Findin. There's no women here. We've just got Lunluck. And I mean, although you may think that he is some kind of sultry woman, he is in fact a complete and utter asshole. I'm surrounded by assholes, and he is making a pittance. And that is why he is as angry as he is, and we can't even build a fucking fort. But it looks like we got there just in time to prevent these fucking elves from crossing the River Anduin. I also kind of distributed my spies a bit. I did not count any of my agents in that, so it's actually 33,500 plus or minus like 20 orcs. And I think the generals are included in there. They must be. Interestingly enough, actually, if we go to our lists, what am I doing? Military forces. The smallest force is Lagaf himself, just standing in Barad-dûr. Even Captain Gazuf has more men than our faction leader, which is a sad state of affairs. He's really more of a figurehead at this point. He's much like the Queen of England, but he does not bring in nearly as much tax dollars. He doesn't look nearly as creepy either. I mean, he is quite tame compared to some of the fucking Emperor Palpatine pictures I've seen of Queen Elizabeth II. I shouldn't really badmouth her like that, because she is technically the Queen of Canada as well. Not Celine Dion, as many would, as the common man would think. No, it is in fact the Queen of England is also the Queen of Canada. It's some weird titular thing. Man, what the fuck are we doing? Okay, what we need to do right now is reassess our position on the River Anduin and in Gladden Fields, Lothlorien, Celebrant, etc., etc. So we can reassemble ourselves here. Muzhir, are you attacking the mountain fort? I don't believe so. I think you're just walking right on by. Oh my good god, look at this. It's Darth Maul, everyone. Darth Maul's acne-ridden brother. If you were... I don't know what you call those aliens that Darth Maul was, but if you had a skin problem, you would probably look like this guy. Darth Maul's black spots were, you know, much more evenly spaced. He was quite aesthetically pleasing. Not this guy. Maybe he's going through puberty. I really shouldn't judge him. Anyway, once again, got off track. Okay, so we've got Dwarvois, Lord of Terror, on the coast here. And we should probably give him some units. Because his army is not looking so hot. Let's just merge some of these guys really quickly. Put these dudes in Karis Galadan. I think... Morning Guard. Orc Band are just beat to shit. The Uruks. We'll give him some catapults, of course. Any missile units we have. Do we have many? Okay, we've got 2 units. Can we merge? That's a full unit. Alright, Orc Bands. We need to... get a few of them to hold the bridge, and we'll get... Should we leave the halberds? Do we have any halberds in the army? Do you guys like this stuff? I've never received a complaint, but I've never received, like, a compliment. Hey, Inco, I really like the way that you bore us with all your army compositions. I don't know. It could swing either way, really, which is why I'm just asking. I don't know if you guys, if you appreciate it. If you don't, either way, I think... it would be good to know. Anyway, so we've got a few units there for Dwarf Wall, Lord of Terror. And that's a pretty good army to hold the fucking river. Having said that, though, I'm not so sure about Lunluck. See, they've got a catapult here, so they could force the river. Unfortunately, we are kind of stuck now, where we are. I almost wonder if we should... just combine everything in Karis Galadan, or do we want to wait... for retraining in Limelight Fort, Tirith Anduin? Where can we train? Pretty much nowhere. To be honest, we do have some units that need to head to the front lines, though. Some Uruk Archers, Maulers, Morning Guard, Heavy Infantry. We don't really have to worry about an attack on Tirith Anduin right now. I'm not seeing much movement. These Morning Guard are sent here to retrain. Let's do that while we have the option. Is Jubair trying to bribe Captain Guthmer? I wish my name was Guthmer. It is I, Guthmer, the Gossiper, or something. What would be... if your name was Guthmer, what would you want your title to be? Not the Gossiper, something with a G, though. Guthmer the Galloper, or something. Like, if you were a fucking knight, if you were Sir Guthmer, you would want to be Guthmer the Gallant, or Guthmer the Gelatinous. I don't know. Okay, we'll take all of these heavy units, and we will send them up north as well. I have seen very little movement from Rohan. They've just been building this stack in Foldberg, which I think is 2 turns away. It's 2 turns away from Entwade, which, I mean, that's a little too close for my liking, but if we look at the garrison of Entwade, it's going to be all archers. We're going to have some heavy infantry from Hormorath, maybe some Orc Band. Maybe some Orc Band to hold the gate, I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. At Edoras, we definitely need, like, infantry. You can't really fire over those walls. So I almost want more halberds and maulers. We can get, like, a pike line with the halberds, sweep in with some Uruks and some raiders. Okay, we'll get some Uruks just for good measure. Dunharrow doesn't really need anything. Neither does Aldberg. We do have this screening force of Haradrim just kind of stomping around, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so that is these 3 handled. I think I will try to merge some of these units off screen or retrain or something like that. As for Uvatha the Horseman, well, Captain Maidfinen has turned around, so he could always besiege Rosgabel again. I don't know if that's... if that would be useful or not. I don't really know where Captain Adarian, or whatever the fuck his name is, I don't know where he went. Emenufuin? Oh my god. Karamathir, the Builder. Oh god. Okay, so I did try to learn just very basic pronunciation for Sindarin, or... fuck, I fucked it up again. You know what I'm talking about. I tried, okay? But it's so hard. I forgot a lot of it. And... I don't know, I thought maybe I could keep it up, but it just like losing weight, if you've ever tried. Unless you're like really dedicated, it's not going to happen, let's be honest here. So that's pretty much what's happened here. I'm just not dedicated enough. Probably because I'm not trying to court an elven maiden. If I was trying to bed Arwen, or more realistically like Arwen's slightly uglier sister or something, then I would probably learn it. But otherwise, no, not really gonna happen. I just thought it would be fun. Maybe every once in a while I'll just dip my toes in. Just for the laugh. But I don't think it's gonna be a consistent thing. Anyway, we are still able to retrain units in Erebor strictly for armor. And I don't really think we need to do anything else this turn. We're just moving units around. We're not declaring war. We're not fighting any battles or anything, so it's just shuffling units, you know, just a bit of logistics. We do have to keep an eye on the river and the forest as always, so we'll just draw back to Austrian Gil. We'll get a Dunefell to push up towards Emendufuin just to hold the front line, I guess, and then once we get these once we get these armies sorted out, we can march on Bjorn's Halls, Rosgabel, Erndelen. Basically, the plan that we spoke of last time. The plan, boss. The plan. Okay. Captain Arudegrian. Oh my god. This was the name that I was potentially going to try to learn on my off time. It didn't happen. Maybe next time. It's truly daunting, and that makes me want to try to do it all the more. That's kind of weird. I was just saying that I don't want to do it, but on the one hand, it's almost like a Mount Everest that you want to summit, you know? Anyway, I think we ought to end the turn. We have done a bit of scouting. There's very little to do these turns, which, I don't know, it shouldn't take 12 minutes to play one turn, but here we are, just rambling away. I hope you guys don't mind. Okay, let us end the turn right now. Okay, so Captain Habriston, not Maid Finden. I don't know where Maid Finden... Okay, well, there's Maid Finden. He was actually able to cross the fucking river. Look at this. I had no choice. I know what you're thinking. Oh, I had the advantage. You know, you could have held the river. It's not a controlled crossing. There's no bridge. The elves would have fucking been slaughtered. No, they have so much heavy infantry in this army. They have heavy infantry in the form of heavy spearmen and heavy swordsmen, but they also had the missile superiority in heavy archers and fucking wood archers or whatever the fuck they have. The point is, all of my advantages, Jesus, that took a second. All of my advantages were pretty much nullified by this elven army. I feel like you really need to outman these guys and surround them to destroy them. I can't concentrate them. I can't funnel them into one point because I feel like whenever I fight the elves, their units are just geared so much towards like local superiority. So whenever I try to hold a gate or try to force a gate against the elves, their men are just so much better than mine. They don't fatigue. They have really high morale. Like, they just fucking churn through my units. So I would rather face the elves in the field with greater numbers rather than try to hold this fucking river against this massive army. So that's what I've done. I think we need to get Lunluck to retreat. Perhaps towards Amangastal. Maybe he can get some support in the form of Dawn Death. There we go. And whatever other units we can muster. Nothing really. Some Alakai. These elves will not be able to attack us next turn, I don't think. Especially if we move one square away. There we go. Definitely not. Can we... Okay, well, an extra unit of mountain trolls never hurt anyone. Aside from, you know, troll trainers, that kind of thing. If you're a troll trainer, I must apologize. Of course you've been hurt. If you or your family members have ever been affected by Troll ND, Trollatron, what? No, what is like a prescription drug name? I couldn't think of anything. Okay, I tried to infiltrate Moria with the spy. Obviously, it's gone haywire. And has not happened. Look at that. It's the fucking creature from the Black Lagoon. Risen again. Lunrat is dead, unfortunately. Let us shed a tear for Lunrat. Let us all... Oh my god, look at Ren the Unclean is just cleaning up, is what I would say. Let us all change our Facebook profile pictures in memory of Lunluck, or whatever his name was, Lunrat. I've already forgotten, which is like the ultimate slap in the dick, I think. You start to like organize a commemorative Facebook profile swap, and the name is wrong, so... Okay, what do we need to do here? We probably want to retrain some of these halberds. That one first. Perhaps some of these uruks. There we go. Maybe, just maybe, Hormwrath of Deer can actually push and capture Fangorn. Wouldn't that be ideal? And then we can put some pressure on Foldberg. That would be amazing. That's my ultimate dream. That's the dream, the pipe dream. You know what? I never looked at the buildings of Cairn Roth. Surprise, surprise. Barracks, Master Gway. Oh, we've already seen one of these. We don't need this, do we? No. Fairground, irrigation, armorer in Knight Stables, of course. 1,600 gold. Merchant's Guild, we could hold on to for some reason. I don't think we need to destroy that. Look at that, a little sum of money. Forgot to build a shrine, most embarrassing. Yeah, okay, so we're really suffering from a lack of troops on this flank here. And I'm just fine with that for now. If we could bait the elves into like a great ambush, wouldn't that be awesome? Actually, can we hide in these trees? No, you can't ambush the elves, come on. Let's be real here. Oh, I do have catapults. I should have stayed on the river there. I kind of want to get the elves in a position where they can't escape, though. That's really silly. It's not going to make a difference no matter what I do. I should have held that river. Speaking of holding, we've got Uvatha the Horseman holding this choke point in the... Oh, look, it's our good friend, Alpha Male. Aphid. That's kind of his name, Aphid. Aphod. Okay, Captain Eridan. There he is. Iridon. We've got our spy here, taking a look. Dunafel, blocking the way. Can we build a watchtower? Yes, and then we'll block the way. There we go. Our control over Mirkwood is growing. Wonderful. Oh my good god, look at this. We can recruit and retrain absolutely fucking everything in Dol Guldur. Holy shit, do we have any units that need retraining? No, because we haven't actually done any fighting on this flank, surprisingly. But we could always recruit, let's see. Maybe just some more fodder would be useful. I don't know, we're not doing so bad. Of course, Ren the Unclean, still stuck in Erebor. And he will be for the immediate future. And once again, we're not really doing anything this turn. Just kind of shuffling units around, keeping you updated on the Elven situation. The Sylvan connection, as it were. I should have built... I really wanted to build a watchtower and a fort. Like a watchtower up here and a fort on this river crossing. Maybe next turn. Alright, speaking of next turn, I think we have time just for another 5-minute episode. Or, fuck me, a 5-minute turn. Really quick. Instead of the ramshackle rambling that seems to be occurring despite my protests. Alright, let us end the turn yet again. Here we go. Good golly, Miss Molly, have we ever seen this portrait before? I don't remember this fucking guy. I don't remember this guy. It's Ned Kelly, everyone. That's amazing. We're not going to adopt him regardless if I've seen him or not. I will not adopt him. Okay, so we've repaired Cairn Roth. Wonderful recruitment. We just retrained a bunch of shit. So the elves are doing something quite intelligent, actually. It looks almost like... Wait a goddamn minute. What has happened here?
Ready.
I'm missing an elven army, actually. I was going to say, it looks to me like both of those stacks, Captain Maid Finden as well as Oh, there he is, Haberston. Yes, actually, they are doing something quite clever. I can't control both river crossings because there is this big-ass forest between both crossings on my side, whereas on their side, they've got a straight shot of it. So it's always going to take me longer to reinforce one flank rather than the other. So they've decided to press onto one flank on its own. And not only that, they've also got another captain up here. So it looks like we're going to have to fight some sort of field battle. Let's get Dawn-Death to scare this guy off. And we will attack him pretty soon. And then... yeah, Dwarf Wa, Lord of Terror, will be able to handle these guys on his own. Let's see, what else do we have? Morning Guard, Orc Band, Maulers, perfect. That's just what we need. We'll get rid of this shitty unit, so we have 2 units of Orc Band, Raiders, 2 units of Maulers, a little bit more Morning Guard than we need. We need some Archers, perhaps? We have 1 unit of Orc Archers. Some heavy infantry would be good. We don't have any, so we'll go with the Orc Archers. There we are. Cairn Roth is about to riot, actually. What in the fucking world is that about? Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Is it because we're taxing them way too much? There we go. So now Dwarf Wa is in a position to potentially deal with Haberston. And I don't know. I don't think he'll be able to deal with Haberston and then Maidfinden in quick succession. Although once Dawn-Death deals with that shit, we will be in the money. We're in the money. As far as Mirkwood goes, I almost feel as if we should strike at Arendellen. Because there are no forces there. It would force them to march out of Rosgabel or Amenufuin. Although there is quite a large force there. As much as I hate to say let's stay in this holding pattern, I just don't have... I really need to deal with this flank so I can roll up Bjorn's Halls so that I can put pressure on Rosgabel so that I can then march towards Amenufuin. I don't want to overextend myself towards Arendellen because then what's his nuts? Prince Thandian can just march on Dol Guldur and we're back at square one. Let's see. Maybe I'll push the expenditure over 40,000. Why don't we do that? What do we need in Dol Guldur? Some archers to man the walls. Trolls to run down. Can we retrain those halberds? No. We have a shit ton of Orc Band. We need some crap infantry to hold the elves in place. Okay. Thornburg, can we pump out any units? No. How much did we just add? Let's see. That is just under 400. We are at 399 or 339 rather. Man, we are just getting a little bit stretched yet again. Maybe we can scrap some of these guys. Dunharrow is fine. Woldberg, fine. Entwade. I think Entwade will hold on to those units now, just in case. What's his name? Hormarath? Yeah, Hormarath of Deer will... just in case he needs to march ever onward. Alright, so next time when we come back, we will destroy Captain Aragon, or Eru Degrian. I don't know what his name is. Captain Eru. We'll attack him, destroy him, and then we will focus on Haberston, Maidfinden. And once we destroy them, it's pretty much a straight shot to Bjorn's Halls. I mean, we have to besiege the mountain fort. I think that's a job for good old Dwarf Wa, Lord of Terror. He can besiege the mountain fort, and that can tie that army down, whilst Dawn-Death captures Bjorn's Halls. There's very little resistance up here. I'm seeing no armies to the north or south. In the meantime, since we've destroyed these guys, Uvatha can besiege Rosgabel. We can do both at the same time. And then there's nothing in Arendellen to threaten Austen Gill. And then Adunafel can run interference. between these two roads, perhaps, as long as they don't besiege Austrian Gil. I think once we besiege Rosgabel, then we can move units up to Austrian Gil, and we've now got this front line against Arendellen Menufuin. Not bad at all. As for Erebor, this is the always the thorn in my side. Well, the odd man out, in a way. These dwarves are not doing anything except attacking my allies, just cleaning up the field. I'm just biding my time until I can retrain. I don't think these two... these dwarves are quite hardy. I don't think they can capture Erebor. We can wait them out for a long time, I think. No, we'll suffer attrition right away. How long can we stay? How long can we withstand a siege? And where would I find that information? Here we go. Whole 13 turns, okay. That's quite a while. I really need to retrain these units so that we can push back against the dwarves. As for Sauron, he is just really slow, I feel. It's not just him either, it's all of my fucking units, and I don't know why that is. What is slowing him down? I guess it's just his army. Like, I understand they're slow in the marshes, but why does it take 4 turns to march from Carondros to our capital, Minas Tirith? Why is that? Is it because he's supposed to have the ring, which Lagduff still has? Even Lagduff is quicker. And we know this thing slows him down. 14 movement points. Good golly. It's almost quicker just to fucking meet him up there. That's the sad thing. Okay, we'll head to Carondros. My god. We probably don't even need these 2 units. We'll give them to Sauron as he passes. That would be wonderful. Alright, everyone. I'm going to end it here. Very little has been accomplished this turn, or rather this episode. Well, this turn we haven't really done anything. We've just kind of shifted units around. We found out how many men, how many orcs are under our command. That's probably the most exciting thing that's happened. We found out that everyone in our kingdom is just fucking dick poor. Dick poor? Oh my god. Can you imagine being dick poor? I don't even know what that means. Like, you're so poor, you can't even afford a penis? What does that mean, dick poor? I'd rather not dwell on it. No, everyone is dirt poor. When you think about it, what does dirt poor even mean? What is the etymology behind the term dirt poor? Like, that's the only thing you can afford? Dirt? Air? You can afford air, I'm sure. You can afford farts. Do you need to eat to have farts? I would think so. We're kind of getting off topic again here. I'm going to end it here, everyone. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, if you enjoyed all the fart jokes, be sure to leave a like. Be sure to leave a comment. If you want to see more of this, come back Tuesday, as that is when I upload it most frequently. Although I would have uploaded this on, Thursday? Is it Thursday today? I don't know when this is meant to go up, or when I've managed to get it up because of my fucking shoddy internet. The point is, I always plan to have this series up on Tuesday. So if you want to see more of this, be sure to come back then. If you want to get in touch with me, be sure to check my social media links down below. That's Twitter, Facebook, all that shit. Twitter is probably the place that I'm on the most. So you can fucking get in touch there. And I suppose that's about it. So as always, everyone, my name is Incoherence. This has been another episode of our Grand Mordor campaign. You guys are fucking awesome, and I will see you all later. Have a good day.